show that wants to work with me today. Yeah, you can see that particle effect, the lifetime will progressively increase. Yes, there we go. Our production will increase, and so will the turbine RPM. And it will switch to flow pipe A status as moving. Now, if you turn off the prime turbine, it will turn the turbine offline. Now, for now, this will not do anything for your power capability. It will. Oh, wait a second. Oh, you're hitting the buttons. That's you. Stop that. Anyway. So for now, we are a little bit limited as we are still working on the turbine system. So for now, you can mostly just look around, leaving him in there. I'm gonna trust him not to destroy everything. One big change you'll notice is the ground here. It's no longer a texture because we had a problem where this thing doesn't work yet, so I just gotta kind of walk and talk. So anyway, we had a problem where from a distance, if you look at control station A, you can see the textures poke through the walls, which was extremely bothersome to me, and I could not figure out any way to fix that. Yeah. So I just wound up going with the materials, and that's where we're at. No control station A. I forgot about that. Okay. For now, you can mostly look around. We are still, whenever he has the particle effects tested and working, we will update again and actually hopefully get this system up and running. Originally, the plan was that we would host a little thing where everybody could join in the server and explore while also operating the system to the capacity that we have. Now, obviously, we're not capable of operating the system at this time. Hopefully, by 6:30 when the event ends, technically, I could extend it if need be. It will be up and running so that we can actually operate the thing. Until then, you guys can explore. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I guess we're just waiting. So this is about 2 months of work. I started this in August, maybe the 27th, I want to say. And we have been working since then. Wait a second. Does that mean precisely 2 months? Hang on 1 second, said part of. Does that mean that after precisely 2 months we are releasing? That can't be right. No, development began on the 17th of July, is when. Anyway, said part of. So, yes, first of all, welcome. Glad you're here. So this is this whole series of games. This will be a series of games, not just this one-hit wonder. Is inspired by QSERF. Now, I don't imagine you've played QSERF. It is one of my favorite games on Roblox. And it's an energy research facility. It's incredibly interesting. I highly recommend you play it if you have not already. So anyway, this is a little company I founded for fun, Global Power Solutions. There's a lot of lore. Can't really explain that because that would ruin the entire point of the lore. But anyway, welcome. We have several projects planned, but for now, what you are seeing right now is Clinton Hydroelectric Power Plant. A little backstory: it was Construction began in 1977. It was dedicated in 1980, and is a 2,000 megawatt system set in Kielce, Poland. I just realized I'm trapped down here. Anyway, I need questions to answer. Ready? So, for now, technically, this is just like a map. But that is 100% going to change. This entire system right here has not been very cooperative as of late. We are still, the scripter right now is trying to fix it. But this is not just a map, this is not just for decoration. We will have that system up and running. Well, yeah, because it doesn't work. Goal/actions, yes, you have actions to do. You have the 4 turbines. End goal is there will be 5 endings, I want to say. Let me explain how the turbine system works. So, it's been messing with it. Let me just reset it. Okay, so this is about what you start with. You have your grid demand right here, your RPM, power production for your turbine specifically, and then power production combined. You have the flow rate control, and then the controls over here. So to start it up, you start by priming the turbine, which takes about 5 seconds to set the turbine to online. Then you would want to engage the turbine conductor. You can't read it under the sticky note, I'll fix that. And you would want to raise the flow rate. Yeah, pretty much, Ben. Okay. So now that our flow rate is at 5%, it's 100 RPM per 100 RPM and 25 megawatts per 5% increment. So basically what you have to do is using the 4 turbines. Currently we only have this one here just for demonstration and testing, but it's extremely easy to just copy the other. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, keep me up to date. Radio. Perfect. I can stall for that long, I think. After that, we can actually hopefully get this show on the road. So, basically, you need to reach within 10
Hello,
megawatts
Mr.
of the grid demand
Zavodilla
right here.
fan.
It is
Hello.
a multiple of 25 always, so it should not be too hard to match the power production with it. But you need to stay within that 10 megawatt margin of error for 2 minutes. This timer will set. You have to meet that for 2 minutes, and then it will give you a new grid demand and 1 point to your shift score. The second you hit -3, okay, yeah, I should probably explain that first. So, with the turbine, whenever it has that 2-minute timer going, if you break that 10 megawatt margin of error, so you go above 425, for example, then your timer will reset and you will lose 1 point to your shift score, giving you a -1. Now, once this happens 3 times, you get a -3 score. Obviously, you can erase it, it's just a basic addition. And that will instantaneously give you the bad ending. If you, yep. You know what? I will take that. It's not like we really need the shift scores. I've not gotten to the ending part. For now, it's mostly just a proof of concept. This will be expanded majorly. We will have the grid demand. If you go over here to our facility status monitor, we will have the RAMD. And, the grid. Right. So you have to match the grid demand. You have to match the power production combined with the grid demand for 2 minutes. Once you do, you get 1 point to your shift score. If you break that 2 minute by raising or decreasing outside of that 10 megawatt margin of error, then the timer resets, you get a new grid demand, and your shift score loses a point. So that's -1. Now once you reach -3 points, you have your bad ending. So the way we have it divided is, let me head over to my clock, is you see this shift swap right here. Whenever it reaches that, your shift will swap. In this case, this is set on January 2nd, 1981, whenever a new night shift staff, a new night shift team, joins. So we will start every game at the 6 p.m. mark, which is when day shift, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is day shift, swaps with the new night shift staff, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. It's kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, but instead of being 6 hours at Freddy's, it's 12 hours at Freddy's. If that makes sense. So anyway, you have to make it that full 6 hours without one having an incident occur outside. I will get into incidents later. And two, while having a positive, at least above 3, I think, shift score. Now, a little fun thing I want to do is if you do not have any shift score at all, so no negative, no positive, then, so perfect 0, then you will get technically a bad ending, just a secret ending. Fun. Secret anymore, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess for now we're just kind of waiting out our scripter to be finished. The next thing I have on my explaining list is the over here. So failures, you will notice out of service till alpha. Pre-alpha release will have 2 versions. We are on version 1. The second version will have the entire turbine system, at least all of this 100% done to the point where you can actually get the endings. Then we will hit alpha. A lot of things, big things will happen in alpha. So 1, we will have these panels, obviously. 2, we will have the water depth and the turbine temperature as a new factor. If we head on down to the basement where I keep the kids, we'll have the facility status monitors. Forgot to mention that. We will have the regional automated management device on. Basically, this thing is just a fancy machine for voice lines and will also be very important to the night shift. Back in here. I think this is relatively self-explanatory, but let me explain the event that will happen. At a random time, at least once per shift, there will be cracks on the front of the dam, and you will get your little dam structure failure. Will go flashy flash. So, I don't really want to explain what you have to do to solve that, but basically that's like gives it away. Runs the fun. Radio. Anyway, so you want to fix that. Now, if you can do that while also draining the water depth to at least 30 feet, I think was going to be the goal, by keeping the flow rate control as high as possible, without overheating the turbine and causing the turbine to stall, then you will get a good ending. Not, it will automatically default to the bad ending. So you will notice, oh, I'll have a team. Oh, well, there will be a team, should probably have that right now. A team, Clearwater Coal Corporation. Now, these are basically the bad guys. Their goal will be to come in here and destroy the dam. Fight the facility security teams. That will be another ending. Probably should have wrote down a script for this, as there's only so much stalling I could do. I had original plans. And then, scripting didn't want to work out, so I guess we're just waiting. Kind of, anyway, now, a friend of mine asked why I didn't have futuristic lighting, and since I don't want to tab out and type to explain, I'll just explain it now. That's a question anyway. So I did try futuristic lighting. I was going to go for futuristic lighting, but it caused too many issues for me, where I think literally if I go in Roblox Studio, I can show you right now. Unless maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I did do futuristic lighting and I'm thinking of something else. But I believe the problem I had was it made the lighting like way too precise and did not make the entire room lit, only like where the light immediately shone, which was really ugly. We're actually in voxel right now, but if I come over here, I don't know what to do. I set it to future. Yeah, this is future lighting. And these lights out here also, I mean, like, future lighting is like computerized lighting. It's too precise. It looks really good in some spots, like out here with the Polish and American flag, and then the spotlights on the water. That looks incredibly good, and even the street lights look really good. But like whenever you get inside, things get a little bit too silly. That's why we don't have future lighting. Over to see real quick. Want to go back to voxel now. There's probably something I can do to eventually phase in futuristic lighting. For now, this is where we're staying. It doesn't look terrible. It's got some issues here and there. But, I mean, it gets the job done, honestly, as long as you can see what you're doing. Apologies, I'm back. Okay, so on the next timeline of things, I'm gonna sit in the teacher chair while I explain. Yeah, there we go. This'll do. Anyway, on the next timeline of things, we are moving on. We are moving part of our development to reopen Richardson Research Site. Now we are probably going to integrate it from Richardson Research Site, because I cannot name it Richardson Research Site. It has to be something else, because Roblox, for some reason, doesn't allow the word Richardson. Very annoying. But we're probably working with another friend of mine who is also involved in development. He helps me out with lore. We are probably going to do North Mountain Multi-Purpose Facility instead. It's going to be the same concept, just a new name, a new logo, and we honestly might, or I honestly might start over from scratch in terms of building it. As with Clinton Hydroelectric Power Plant, I've learned a lot more, and I've gotten better, I want to say, at what I do, and improvements can be made to Richardson Research Site for sure. But anyway, in terms of Clinton Hydroelectric Power Plant, AHP, I'm pretty happy with the building right now. Unfortunately, because I was seriously pushed to not delay it by several weeks again, and I did not want to delay it any further at all. I was very strongly opposed to that, but I guess sometimes you just don't really have a choice. I pushed it out, probably a little bit too early than I should have. I will admit that much. But you know what? I'm doing my best. So, what more can we do? Besides, I've never really gotten a project this far. So this is pretty big for me, personally. I get sentimental and all. How are we going, Lightning? Yes, well, you should be, because I can only stall so much. Anyway, once he's got that up and running, we will publish a new update, and you lot can join, and we can hopefully operate the system. Just to properly give an example of how it works. Again, like this whole pre-release alpha is a proof of concept. It's not finalized. It's really nowhere even near finalized. Just about everything you see is subject to change. Pretty happy with Control Station B though, so that will probably remain mostly the same. So, yeah. I need some questions to answer. We are live, right? We have any viewers? Radio. Absolutely, please. I need to stall. Oh, questions for me. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I can actually answer these questions 100%. So why did I make this game? Great question. Why did I make this game? Well, I live in Ohio. It is normal here, trust me. But I visited what's the dam called? Um the Hoover Dam, not the one, not the cool one in Utah, but the one here in Ohio on the Hoover Reservoir. Huh. And I really liked that. That was really cool. Really, really cool place. That inspired me to kind of drop Richardson Research Site, which I was starting to get bored of as it was grueling. There was so much work to do. I had like no ideas, and I just was not very creative about my development. So I decided to take a bunch of reference images, which I don't think I have anymore. I have them on my phone. Might show them later. And start a new project. So, I took to Roblox Studio, and about a day later, on the 17th of July, I announced the project. You can see that in sneak peeks. And I just decided The original plan was for it to be a 5,000 megawatt hydroelectric power plant, but I did the mathematics, and you couldn't really achieve that much voltage without too much of a heel within the turbine, which is basically distance between the drop where it. I need to. I'm gonna explain this in Roblox Studio. It's a lot harder to do whenever you can't really look around. So anyway, the heel is the drop from where the water is the drop from where the water is taken in. So over here in the Clinton Reservoir, where the water is shot out over here on these pipes. The reason it's dark like this is because that's adjustment after the particle effects. So yeah, like you couldn't really achieve that much voltage with one turbine, or that many watts with one turbine. So I dropped it down to 2,250. Then I did the math with dividing into the turbines, and it would require about 462.5 megawatts per turbine to achieve that much. So I dropped it down to a 2,000 megawatt system. That's where we're at right now. Anyway, back to the actual proper question at hand. Why I want to make this game? Well, because you know what, I thought it was cool. I was bored of Richardson Research Site, and I was fascinated by hydroelectric dams. Still am. Hydroelectric engineering is really interesting. What got me fascinated with energy such power like that, like this? QSURF, really. I can credit my want to make global power solutions to QSURF. Great game, by the way. But I have been much more fascinated with nuclear engineering than I have power production systems. So nuclear reactors, essentially. What was the game originally planned to be? I don't think I really like I said, I had the original plan for it to be a 4,000 megawatt system. Got that down to 2,250, then 20,000. That's where we're at right now. It was originally going to be it was always going to be a 4 turbine system, but the plan was for this to be a 2 turbine control room, and then control station B to be a 2 turbine control room. And then on the top part here, where you have the overflow thing, there was going to be overflow gates, but I decided that was kind of unnecessary. So it was originally going to be a 2 control room system. But I dropped that down to just the 1 control room and have control station B like the records room, the water laboratory, laboratory, and then the observation deck where the control room would be. So I mean, there's not a really big difference between what I had planned for the game to be and what it has become. I haven't made any major changes other than just the different layout that I had from what I had promised, and then the yeah, that's it. So, how many times has anyone disobeyed your deadline? I think you know the answer to this question, Lightning. Are you a strict owner? No. No. Yes, you do. But anyway, no, I'm not a strict owner. I don't think that makes sense. Like, I like historical accuracy and I like electrical accuracy, but I'm not like ridiculously demanding. Like, if something can't be done, then so be it. I'll figure out another way. Oh, I have a story I can tell everyone about me. Not really. I'm pretty boring. Explain my job. Okay, actually, I can do this 100%. So I am in charge of the modeling. So I make stuff like chairs and consoles, like this. I'm also in charge of this tomfoolery, being the owner. But in terms of my job, I really just do the modeling and tell Lightning what to do. There are two-person development teams, so yeah. How many years of experience do I have? Jeez. Okay, so this goes back. I have been I started off in Minecraft, making worlds and mod of Minecraft back in 2018, give or take. And I moved on to Roblox later on into 2018, and I'm pretty sure that I would play nothing but that one Titanic game for like 4 hours a day. I don't know. I don't really remember much about what I used to do in Roblox. I can probably look in. There's gotta be some kind of history to figure out. Whatever. So anyway, how many years of experience do you have? I want to call it 3, give or take. I've been modeling since a good 2021. I have not been good at it since about this year. I had a serious improvement in my skills, at least in comparison. I'm certainly not as good as some of the people I know in the modeling business. But, I made some things I'm proud of. So we have that. Am I funny? I don't know, you tell me. My progress update. Okay. 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 Please, please, any question, please. Oh yeah. How do I get into making a Roblox game? That's a pretty good question. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know. I'm pretty confident I had dementia. I'm not medically diagnosed, but I don't remember. Oh, you mean how do you, as in like a person, get into making a Roblox game, or do you mean how did I get into making a Roblox game? Oh, look, if you want to, okay. So, do you have a computer? Because if so, then you need to download Roblox Studio. But it kind of depends on which side of the coin you want to take. I guess there are several sides of the coin, but it depends. So you could either go into modeling or scripting. I guess you can do other things like GUIs, but that's just 2D modeling at this point. So I recommend you get Roblox Studio if you have a PC. You figure out what exactly you want to do. I am on the modeling side of the coin. Lightning modeling and GUI side of the coin. Lightning's on the scripting side of the coin. I mean, it just kind of depends. But how do you get to make a Roblox game? You just gotta find what you're good at and do that. Honestly, you could probably find tutorials on YouTube to get you information as to how exactly you do certain things like that. But I don't have much advice because I don't know. What more can I do? Oh, you know what? I didn't even. The main menu has been off. Why has the main menu been off? Oh, wait, Lightning. Is the main in the main menu GUI supposed to be active or not? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so we're good now. I didn't even do the freaking loading screen. That's annoying. Oh, I'll show you guys that. I'm really proud of this loading screen. I think we did a great job here. So, my concern that it's possibly eternal grows with each uh, new adaptation. Also, this isn't really a tip as much as did you know? I just got tips. Did you know? Hmm. No, probably not. I'm looking through the facts and I kind of forgot all the ones I've read. Hmm. There's no sound in this little bit, but there is. And I might replace it with another song. Uh, As in perfectly working, as in I can. 325. What's the problem? It gives you a new demand after 2 minutes, does it not? As in the GUI timer, or the screen GUI timer, or the actual. Yeah, didn't we like test it yesterday, and it did the new grid demand after 2 minutes? Oh. Hmm. I don't know, I might have ideas to stall. But is it really necessary to stall when I might be sitting here installing for a very long time? To be honest, I'm starting to kind of regret my decision of not pushing back the release. Ugh. Um, we. Hmm. Yeah, I see your point. Well, you know what? My hands are tied, I think. I can't stall for any longer, and you need me to stall for a lot longer. So, here's what we're going to do, fellas. I am going to end it right here. But, I will announce whenever we have the update that actually has it working, and I will host a new event this time so that anybody who's interested can join and we can all, play the game. That was originally what was going to happen here, but you know what? It seems like almost never your plans come to fruition. So, yes. Yes. So you know what? I mean, like just the turbine system itself. The turbine system itself is not going to take a week. We're not doing alpha. Shouldn't take more than at least a day. But don't be worried. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'll get you some numbers. So anyway, I do give my sincerest apologies. I did promise a little bit more than I could deliver. Bit off a little bit more than I could chew. Hyped up a little bit more than what was reasonably expectable. But it's okay, because you know what? I've never done this before. We all make mistakes. I'm only human. So, I will have us a day, a number, to figure out when we can all, enjoy this experience that I've been working on for quite a while. But I thank you guys for joining me for what is on paper the official release. But, you know, anything to do with this first official release. Jeez, I am losing my ability to speak right now. Radio. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I will let you know as soon as we have this system up and running. I will host a new event. We can actually get this system up and running, and I can actually properly demonstrate this game. I promise you it is not going to be like this. We literally just started scripting like 2 days ago, so that whole month delay between the promised release date of August 30th, maybe September 1st, I don't remember what I'd said, wasn't met because I didn't have the time or the will to work on this. But now that like me and him have a very much refreshed want to work on this, this will work soon. Basically, is what I'm trying to get at. I don't want anybody's expectations to be lowered. They shouldn't need to be lowered. I still think I might be able to deliver on what I've promised, but we'll see. Game development is not easy. That's clear. Anyway, there we go. If you guys want to stick around for a little bit after the event officially ends, that's fine. Me and him are probably just going to be talking. So I'm going to